don't know. So there's one day.
Well, we've got another survivor forward, Vicky, so...
I don't know, it's not, it's not me.
Your CPS have failed, right? Operation Daybreak has been running for 5 years. Not one person brought to trial.
Are you filming me? Yes. Oh.
Not one person brought to trial, right? Lord Jenner, another protected paedophile. My rapist was brought into questioning just before Christmas, right? Just for a cosy little chat, and then released, right? 4 months on, right? Why isn't he being charged? That's what I want to know. And Alison Saunders needs to answer those questions.
So we need to realise as well, like with the Jana story, there's a lot more...
Don't please don't film me, because I'm not.
It's public place, this is a public path.
Okay. Because I wanted to hear what, but I didn't want to be filmed. Because I'm not here now.
We'll obscure your face.
We'll obscure your face.
No, but I'm not in an official capacity. I just want to know what you were protesting about and everything.
We're not happy about Lord Jana.
I'm a survivor of nothing childhood or something, right? In children's homes, right? When I came into it, there was 3 children's homes.
See if they want to find out whether or not to come.
One a preschool. There's now 2 establishments, right?
It never listens.
Right? It's time for CPS to do something about the police. Yeah, the police are in it with the council. They've got a strategic partnership, right? And they're covering each other's backs. The police told me in 2003
We have evidence to...
we've got evidence to prove it.
Evidence to back all what we're saying. And what's happened is Lord Jana was 25, obviously, survivors that came forward have all been shut down because they're saying that his Alzheimer's, his progress outlook, that he's not fit to stand trial. There's been a lot of people that are still convicted, but we've always got to have an exception with this. And also, another 30 survivors have now come forward, so that brings in total over 55 at the moment. And we're still not going to get the justice. Now this man, if he's not ready to stand trial, he should be sectioned on the Mental Health Act because he's a danger to children.
Dementia.
And with his dementia, let me finish. With his dementia, he's a danger to children, and he should be sectioned on the Mental Health Act. And our children should be kept safe. So either one way or another, we're protecting our children. And today, this is short notice that we've come here today. It's not, this is just the beginning. And we're not happy. There's got to be injustices in the CPS as well. We're really starting to question now who are the CPS working for, because they're not working for...
They're working for the establishment as far as I'm concerned.
We've got all got six after the Jana case.
Oh,
It's on the old,
Thank you.
it's on the old Bailey building in London.
Yeah.
Protect the children of the poor. This is on the old Bailey. Protect the children of the poor. Punish the wrongdoer. So what they do is they
This man, you can't go to prison because if dementia goes on, they become more of a predator because they're less in control. So he isn't safe to be out in the public domain. But we'll keep going. We're fighting for our children and no more kids.
Maybe your children and your grandchildren.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. I appreciate what you're doing. It's not easy.
We're peaceful people. We're peaceful.
We all...
People should be up in arms in this country about these are our children. These are our future. And if they're not safe in this country,
We don't... Well,
if they're not safe in this country, where are they safe?
I know, and I think... I'm just giving you...
So we get the passion with other
You
people.
understand.
We know a lot of people work for these places and aren't happy. We've got people, social workers,
Parents, grandparents,
teachers, we've got all
old
people from walks of life coming forward
I
now.
think this is wrong with them.
Yeah, we're in Westminster at the moment. One of the key inspector of social services, as one of our whistleblowers, is now put her evidence into Westminster.
Yeah, it's voted
And
off.
whistleblowers are getting locked up, like Melanie Shaw. Melanie Shaw, a lady who's locked up because she was trying to whistleblow on what happened at Beechwood. And, you know, the whistleblowers are getting punished and then the people, the perpetrators are being let off. And this is why, you know, people aren't happy. And we need to realise that we need to protect our children. Because if we can't protect the future of this country, what can we protect?
No children will
These
be
are
safe.
the
If they get
future.
away with this, there's no children in this country will ever be safe in any institution, any home, any child's home, anything.
And it's opened the floodgates
They
for
will
other
not be safe.
paedophiles to say, oh, I've got Alzheimer's. It's opened the gates in that way now for other paedophiles to say, well, I've got
Yeah, I haven't
Alzheimer's.
listed that kid, but I've got a mental illness.
It's just wrong.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello?
Thank you for listening to us.
Never word.
We're just keeping the kids safe. Vote for Labour, vote for
Do
paedophiles.
you have an opinion on all the kids in Nottingham are being investigated by Operation Daybreak are currently being failed by your CPS?
I don't come from Nottingham, it's just an office that I visit, so I don't really know what
So what office do you come from?
Oh, I'm a regional
Are you here to meet Alison Saunders?
no, I'm here to do my day job.
So what are the CPS going to do about Operation Daybreak? Because Operation Daybreak
I'm not a lawyer or a legal person, so you have to talk to me on that side of it.
well, it's time that the CPS did something about Operation Daybreak. It's a corrupt investigation by a corrupt police force, right? They're in collusion with the city and county councils, right? I'm a survivor of it,
Right.
and right, I don't see why my rapist should be brought in for questioning, and 4 months later he's still not being charged.
I honestly can't answer because it's not a side of this that I do at all. I'm not on the legal side or a lawyer or anything like that.
So what do you actually do for the Crown Prosecution Service?
I work in human resources, so I'm not on the legal side or anything, so it's not something that I don't get involved in casework or anything like that.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
No, that's okay.
Thank you for
Thanks.
listening to us.
Morning. Yeah, we'd like someone to come down to talk to us about what the CPS are doing in connection with Operation Daybreak, the investigation into child and sex abuse of children.
And who are you?
Now, also,
Who are you?
pardon?
Who are you?
I'm one of the survivors, and the CPS are doing nothing. So we're here to picket your office and to picket Alison Saunders.
Hi, if you want to pick it, there's no problem if you go and
We wish to speak to somebody from the Crown Prosecution Service.
Well, if you obviously are outside the gates, and I'm sure
Well, there's a reception here.
it is the reception.
Nobody will come and talk to you.
I don't think anyone will come.
Why, I got something to hide?
You've got nothing to hide.
Well, we're here for the truth and justice.
Go and wait outside. There's a reception here.
picket.
You wait outside the reception here.
Yeah. No one will come and talk to you. If you pick it in, that's fine. Pick it. But nobody will come and talk to you.
We wish
not
to speak
picketing,
to
we're protesting.
somebody, a departmental manager, right, about Operation Daybreak,
Gathering in
right, and your
solidarity
failures of
against
my
the
case.
criminals.
It's my failure.
It's-
Nobody's failure.
It's your CPS.
Go, if you want to pick it,
No,
pick it. That's fine.
please bring me a manager down.
No, nobody will come and talk to you.
What have you got to hide?
You don't talk to anybody.
What,
Just walk in.
are you a law unto yourself?
No, you don't just walk in off the street and demand.
We don't have a demand, we've asked.
We've asked.
Nobody's demanded anything.
Nobody will come and talk to you.
So what, is it just like Alison Saunders, like secret society looking after the establishment
Whatever
paedophiles?
you want it to be, yeah.
Well, you're hiding a paedophile called Alan Smith at the moment, my child
I'm not hiding
rapist.
anything. I'm not hiding anything.
I said you, the CPS, and the corrupt Nottingham police. Can you get me a manager, please?
No, sorry, sir.
Morning. I understand you're from outside, are you?
No, I'm inside now.
Right, we're going to have to ask you to remain on the pavements outside.
This is a public building, sir.
I'm going to have to ask you to...
Let me remind you, sir, right, that I have the legal right to protest.
You have the legal right to protest, but provided it's carried out peacefully.
I'm carrying it out peacefully. I'm requesting that I have suddenly come down, right, to talk to us.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Your failures of the past 5 years with Operation Daybreak, you've yet to bring anyone to trial. I'm one of the survivors, right? There's a mass cover-up going on in collusion with the City Council, the County Council and Nottinghamshire Police.
And do you have evidence of
Yes,
this?
we do.
Yeah, plenty of it.
Okay, and have you provided it through the authorities?
The CPS will just say it's not in the public interest to prosecute like they always do.
It's like
I have to take exception with that because
Greville Janner, my prime example.
One case, every case on its merits.
Guy Taylor.
Let's talk about my case, right?
Michael Doherty.
The City Council deny Alan Smith, my child rapist, under freedom of information. The County Council neither admit nor deny. Now he was brought in for questioning 4 months ago.
Can I ask you to lower the tone of your voice, please? Because at the moment you claim you're protesting peacefully, but at the moment you're behaving in a way that I'm finding threatening.
Okay.
We can sit down and talk to the guy.
If you do that,
Sit down, then you can't.
and we are going to have to ask you to leave the premises because you claim this is a public building, but it has an operational purpose where people need to come in and out unharassed.
So why are the CPS protecting paedophiles?
Right. That's quite an inflammatory statement and an emotive statement.
This is it.
Because it's an emotive subject. He was buggered and raped when he was a child. Do you understand that? Or are you robot? You've got no emotions. You have no emotions then.
Please do not get personal with this. I'm trying to sort of.
Well, you just said you just insulted that man.
I haven't. I've just explained that it was an emotive response.
Exactly, emotive response.
I'm not.
Have you ever been buggered and raped yourself? So you're bound to get emotive responses from people that's had that done to them.
I can't even begin to.
I've had to leave my home in New York. I've had to leave my home in New York to fight the lies, deceit, and corruption. Right, and yet the CPS stand by and do nothing. 4 months ago, Alan Smith, the former corporate director, identified by Paddy Tipping, yet the City Council and the County Council deny him, right, brought in for questioning, right, why haven't you charged that man with my rape?
You should be protecting the children.
When you say you, I'm afraid I have no legal qualifications. I work for the CPS, I have no legal qualifications whatsoever, I'm not involved in case
Well, bring me somebody down that
Also, I'm afraid we cannot do that because we cannot discuss ongoing investigations and ongoing cases.
So what have you got to hide?
Enshrined.
What have you got to hide?
I have got nothing to hide, but
What have the CPS got to hide then?
Again, we have nothing to hide, but what we...
Oh, you're a parent yourself.
That is irrelevant.
But why is it?
My position is not relevant. I'm asking you to clear the reception area because we are not going to be able to discuss details of any cases with you. When we make a charging decision, that is made in accordance with the Code for Crown Prosecutors, which, unfortunately, because we weren't expecting you in, I don't have a copy of it on me at the moment, but you can look at that online.
We don't want to deal with people in person. We don't want to do it robotically. That's the old problem with this country.
So, do you believe it's correct that Greville Janner walks away after raping multiple boys?
I cannot comment on any matters of casework that have not been dealt with from within this office.
They're all protected species.
All the details of that have been made public in detail, and I'm afraid to say publishing things online is not about being robotic, it's about making it accessible to everybody.
No, we can never get to talk one-on-one with people, do you know what I mean?
Because
the idea behind all this,
we cannot, for legal reasons, discuss details of live cases.
Why don't you go and charge my
There's no
rape?
accountability anymore with you.
Go and charge Alan Smith with my rape.
No accountability.
There is full accountability.
Yeah, right.
There are recognised ways of doing that, and discussing this in a reception area.
Recognised ways for you to do it because you have to follow protocol. We're members of the public. We don't have to follow no protocol. We're not sitting at the desk with you.
Have you contacted the public inquiry line? If you're not a victim, you can contact the public inquiry line, and we can make available to you all the detail that can legally be made available at that.
Make me an appointment to see somebody then.
We cannot make an appointment to see somebody within this office because we cannot discuss details of live cases.
His own case. What about his own case?
Then
it's my case.
What is his own case? Not any stranger. It's his case. He's giving you permission. It's happened to him.
No, you're not understanding the situation. Our role. Now, if you if you believe a crime has been committed against you and you've reported it to the police,
And the police are corrupt along with the council.
I cannot make. It cannot.
I'm
act
making
on-
that allegation.
Well, then you need to make that back to the police and to the council.
We have.
There's right. We're
No,
now.
all we- and then you send
all
us
we
back to
get
the police,
is
and you get
people
to you,
like
you send us
you,
back to the police.
gatekeepers.
Eh? That what you do?
No, let me explain the CPS's
You're a
role.
gatekeeper, that's it.
Let me explain the CPS role. They're not gatekeepers. The CPS's role is to examine the evidence presented to us by the police or an investigating authority in all criminal cases.
You failed me in 2003.
We apply the code for Crown prosecutors, which is a two-stage test. Is there sufficient evidence for a prosecution? And if so, is it in the public interest to proceed?
That's the scam that you use, though, to get out with, because with Michael Doctor, where two police broke into his house and beat him up, and he was doing a private prosecution, the CPS took it over and says it's not in the public interest and threw it out. That is protecting the police.
I cannot comment on individual cases. The code for Crown prosecutors is how we establish every case. There are, police officers have been prosecuted and convicted.
Name one that's been convicted of murder.
I haven't got a lexicon on me. If you were to Google police officer murder conviction, then maybe,
Not while on duty. None of them's been convicted on duty.
Right, we're into realms that we're just not in a position to comment on. Because I just don't know. I don't have the facts at my fingertips.
So if you're protecting,
very strongly held. I'm not protecting anybody.
If you,
I would like to make that
the
clear.
Crown Prosecution Service are protecting Jana, you're in all probability protecting the establishment of one.
That is an assumption that you have made based on.
Well, the whole public are up in arms about this Jana case, and it's going to come back to bite you lot on the arse.
You're all down.
The Director of Public Prosecutions has been on news
all you're going to be
public
answerable.
statement. There is nothing we can add to that in relation.
You think what's happening to children in this country, and you think you're going to get away with it, and everybody that has tried to cover this up is going to be held accountable, from the very lowest to the highest.
Well, I should tell you what I should do.
The British public are going to have you, the lot of you.
Right, we're starting to use threatening language.
No, I'm not. I'm saying,
there's three of me.
I was expressing an
you are
opinion.
you're using language which I consider.
Oh, you see, you know, you're a robot. Put your script down like a human being.
I'm quite happy to make a note of your concerns. I would advise you that we have made public statements in relation to all these cases.
What about
Not all these
Operation Daybreak?
cases.
What about Operation Daybreak? 5 years, not one person brought to trial. Do you call that justice?
Operation Daybreak, as far as is not something that I can comment on because nothing has concluded in relation to that.
Because it's being covered up by the police.
That is
and
an
the council.
allegation without foundation.
Well, it's not without foundation. He's personally.
It is an allegation, and it's not something that.
I have documentary evidence, right, that the police, right, said to me, right, that they searched the archives, right, for me being placed in a remand home in Langport, Somerset. Well, guess what? Lo and behold, I find the evidence that they failed me on. Same with the council. They said that I wasn't placed in places, right? They also claimed that Alan Smith did not exist. I've got documentary proof. So if the police won't do nothing, what's the Crown Prosecution going to do about it?
I can't discuss any details of the case. What I would suggest, if you have evidence that you consider the police haven't been taking seriously,
they're already under investigation by the IPCC.
Will you let me just finish what I'm trying to say, because I'm not. We're in this. This is quite a confrontational situation.
I'm not confronting you.
You are, I'm afraid. I have to say your behaviour is confrontational. I'll reiterate, I cannot discuss any details of any live cases or cases that are under investigation from the police. I'm not a lawyer, I have no qualifications to do so. I have come in here to talk to you, to try and listen to your concerns and to try and see if there is anything that I can pass on. Where I know there is already information in the public domain that is the limit to what is being released and published at the moment, then I can only point you in that direction. I'm willing to take note of your concerns and pass those on through the organisation.
Alison Saunders personally.
I don't have a direct line into Alison Saunders personally. However, we do have recognised ways of making those concerns known, and I will use those, and I will recommend that they are heard by the most suitable senior person.
So, do you want to take some details from me?
Okay.
I think I've got the gist of what you're.
No,
what you're saying.
I think if you're going to have somebody come to me, you know,
I'm not making any undertakings that somebody is going to come to you, because just
you're
because
failing me at the moment, sir.
I apologise for that, but there is nothing that I can do. If you're wanting me to sort of, press a switch that can reverse any decisions in relation to a case that relates to you, I just simply do not have that power or authority.
Well, put me in touch with somebody that can liaise between us, the Nottingham survivors, right, and Alison Saunders. Right. She's already let Gemma go, so obviously when we get some of the old codgers, like the former Director of Social Services, who was
Ken Clark, a well-known paedophile.
I can't respond to any allegations of
well, Operation Daybreak know about Ken Clark, as do Operation Midland.
Right, Operation Daybreak is, you probably know more about that than I do.
Yeah, I do.
So
it's a cover-up.
I'm not going to respond to that as an allegation, because it's simply out of any sphere of influence that we have whatsoever. If you want me to take your name, I can take your name.
Hello. I'm good. We're at the CPS building in Nottingham. We're awaiting the arrival of Alison Saunders, the one that wants to let Jana go because he's got dementia. Well, we've had 5 years, as you're well aware, of failures by Operation Daybreak. Well, we've reached the point where the CPS are doing nothing. Just 1 second, I'll put the chap on from the CPS that we're actually speaking to. There's a lady that I'd like to speak to. She's from ITN.
Right. Well, she can contact me via the press office for CPS East Midlands if it's something that we can comment on.
Could we have your name,
please? The area communications manager. She will have my contact details, and she can ring me through the appropriate channels. I'm feeling quite threatened at the moment with you holding a phone to my face, if I'm quite honest. And I would like to ask you to stop your aggressive behaviour.
I'm being accused of being aggressive, Claire, but we've got his name, so maybe we can get something out of Alison Saunders. Well, they don't want to meet with us because we're exposing the truth here in Nottingham. And Alison Saunders is as part of the establishment cover-up. Okay, well, if you give us five to 10 minutes, we'll have his details, because I'm going to ask him to write his details down, and then it can all go to the eventual public inquiry anyway, so they'll all be able to account in the end. All right, well, thank you very much, Claire. So, could you give me a business card, please?
I don't have a business card.
Could you please write down your personal details?
Why do you want my personal details?
So that I can pass them on to the relevant media sources as to...
They know who I am and where I work.
So, well, do you have a problem?
Now, let's wind this back here. I have come to speak to you because you have come in here. And I'm asking you, I've listened to what you have to say. We have responded to any issues that we're in a position to make a public response to. We have done so in full to the extent that we can. I cannot comment to you on any live investigations or cases. That is not something that I can do. I also cannot respond to any allegations you make in relation to that. There are ways and means in which you can do that. You can write to us, you can contact our public inquiry line, or if you have concern that the evidence has not been passed to us by the police, that is to follow up with the police through their appeal procedure. At the moment, there is nothing further I can do for you. I will quite happily take a call from any media because that's my job. It's not much. My job is as it is. I've come to speak to you because I feel that you've come all this way. I wanted to listen to what your concerns were and see what we could do with it. But there is clearly nothing further that I can actually offer you.
You could create a link between us and Alison Saunders. So at the end of the day, right, it's like we've got John Collins, the head of the City Council, right? He's the man where the buck stops with the council.
Yeah.
Same with the police, Chris Eyre. Now, right, the buck stops with Alison Saunders.
Can I make a suggestion? You have got seriously some a lot of detail that you need to express. The best way to do that is through writing to us, detailing everything you need us to look at. What I would say is, just to try and give that the most advantageous look possible, please don't send us actual physical evidence, because we can't look at it in that context, and it could prejudice.
So you don't want to see any evidence?
No, we want to see it, but the way things work is the police have the skills and the powers to investigate.
Really?
We can only operate under the Code for Crown Prosecutors. We can only operate in the manner under which we are empowered by Parliament to do so. Taking evidence from a member of the public is not part of our
Well, it took me
authority.
18 months, right, to get seen by a UK police officer. I had to leave my home in New York.
I feel your pain, but there's nothing that we can do about it. We are not, the police are not accountable to us, and we are not accountable to the police. It sounds like you have issues with the police as well, which I would recommend. Yeah, there are recognised ways in which that you can do that.
We've been in our meetings up Sherwood Lodge with Paddy Tippin and all these people, and we get the same fob off all the time from you people. You know, you've got posters there. What do they mean? Are they meaningless to you? Rape, sexual assault. You know what I mean? They're meaningless to you people.
I think that's quite an inflammatory statement. Have you looked at our conviction rates? Have you looked at our conviction rates for rape and serious sexual offences?
Well, this guy's come to you with what's happened to him.
Have you looked at our conviction rate?
No, we haven't looked at your
Maybe that might help.
But I see a lot of people getting off with stuff that they shouldn't be getting off with. They should be arrested for and locked up like Jana.
If it was me and I claimed I'd got dementia, they'd still take me to court and lock me up.
Of course
Same with me.
Of course they would.
I can.
But just remember, survivors don't have dementia.
I will make a note of that comment. I'm happy to do that. I don't know what response we'll actually be able to provide to that, but I will make a note of that.
Well, like
in the meantime,
as I
said to you before, the ways if you want to raise legitimate concerns with the way you perceive the CPS has treated you, then you need to write to us in the first instance. I can relay those concerns on, but then it becomes Chinese whispers. I risk misrepresenting you to
if you misrepresent me, I will make sure that you're brought to book for it.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that. What I'm saying to you is, if you have details that you need us to consider, then I would ask you to write those down so that we can hear from you. This isn't the right environment to hear genuine concerns raised, because
what I really need, right? If you could give me what I really need, right? Bring in Mrs. Paedophile Protector, right, Alison Saunders, who let Jana go, right, and have her hear our concerns, right. My personal concerns are that Operation Daybreak brought in a former regional director, another member of the establishment, right, for questioning just before Christmas. Now, 4 months on, right, I get no liaison from Operation Daybreak. I try to raise serious concerns, and all we get is another gatekeeper, a gatekeeper. I'm down to one single point of contact. I cannot speak to a senior officer, right? I've personally attacked Chris Eyre, right, in public.
This is an issue with the police. With due respect, I cannot answer that.
Will you act on their behalf?
No, we do not act on their behalf.
On the prosecution
I've explained to you. We do not act on their behalf. It is entirely independent. We are entirely independent of the police. That is enshrined in Parliament.
Well, that's your personal opinion. Like Jana, he is what you call it. There's plenty of evidence. The police even said they had enough to prosecute him. Right.
That's what the public statement made.
And he's a deviant, right? Now he's got dementia.
Right. I'm going to have to stop. I cannot go into any detail on the case
what you call it, more prone.
I know as much as you do from the statement that we issued in public.
He's a danger to children.
All I know is what has been issued and the public statement. That is the limit.
Section of the Mental Health Act. Never mind about going to a court, because she'll be locked up in a facility.
All we have made clear, our public, the statement's been made in public regarding the case of Greville Jana. There is no further dialogue that we can enter into onto that.
Did you see how many of the British public are absolutely outraged by that decision?
The ways to challenge that decision are either by judicial review or through the victim's right to review. The Director of Public Prosecutions herself has said that on publicly again. So those are the recognised routes to challenge the decision. I haven't got a clue whether anybody has chosen to take those up. In the meantime, there is no further dialogue.
The police
There is no further dialogue that we can have.
Well, thank you very much for being the gatekeeper. You are the CPS here in Nottingham. We have a message for you. Your boss, Alison Saunders, is a paedophile protector. She's hidden the paedophilia of one Lord Janner, and to date she's failing the children of Nottingham who have been abused in children's homes by both the city and the county council. On a personal level, your CPS, the police and the councils have failed me. The former director was arrested allegedly by rape, but he wasn't really arrested. He was brought in for a cosy little chat, interviewed on the caution and told to go home, and they'll call him back another day. To date, you have no one brought to trial. You are establishment cover-up merchants, and it's time you all ended the cover-up.
It's probably waiting round the corner.
Well, it looks like they're just on a tea break.
There's only 4. Jeez, there's only 4 of us. We've got a bloody wagon. How much is that costing?
You can feel chipping and telling, check it.
We're waiting for, we're not happy about, we're waiting for,
All right, thanks, see you.
Yeah, we've met before.
I've never met you before.
Well, I've seen it.
I've heard of you. Yeah. No, you're famous, aren't you?
For the right reasons.
with Alzheimer's.
What's the plan today then?
Well, Alison Saunders from the Crown Paedophile Service.
Alright.
It's not the Crown Prosecution Service.
Right.
It's either Persecution Service or a Paedophile Protection Service.
The Operation Daybreak.
I've had enough of Operation Daybreak alone. 5 years.
And we're just making, we're just going to, all we want to do is get Alison Saunders hopefully arrive if she goes and go in. If she does come in, then we just want to say that we're not happy about what she's done. And like the Leicestershire Police aren't.
How do you know that this Alison Saunders is going to be here today then?
Inside information. We have whistleblowers just the same as you have informants.
When he's full and we've come, all we want to do is say to her, we're not happy with what you've done in the Janet case, because even if he's got Alzheimer's, and they can't prosecute him on that side, that illness, it progresses, the deviousness is still there, it carries on with Alzheimer's. Now,
so is this somebody who's
it's not Jana.
Yeah, and because he's got Alzheimer's and saying he's not able to...
Even though he's raped over 30 children.
I think if the evidence is there, I think, like anything, isn't it? It's all about evidence.
The county council said I've got no deny. But guess what? Your crime commissioner, Kenny Tippy, said
there is
he was the boss, regional director.
Rallies over
and we've got a statement to that effect.
I mean, even your own sister forcing it up pay, they're absolutely disgusted that this is the Chief Constable of Leicester is absolutely thinks it's disgraceful on the evidence they have. And Keith Faz as well knew about this in the 1990s. He did nothing about it.
He covered it up in the 90s.
Children being raped, tortured, murdered. We're not talking.
Police said that there was enough evidence to
and we know everyone has to have a trial, and it's a fair trial. But either way, if you can't stand trial,
because he's got dementia. Now they know he's a deviant. So even if he goes to court, they should take him under the mental health act. He shouldn't be in a facility, right? Because when you've got dementia,
same with Mickey Summers. He was raped by what became the head of social services in Nottingham. He had a paedophile running the head of social services in Nottingham.
So he has children around him.
This man here has been shut down in every way possible. The council have lied to us.
That much dementia across the road.
All children's records have been locked down without a holiday notice, and we just can't get justice for these people.
Well, a man with dementia.
My son-in-law's a survivor.
He checks to see which there's any traffic coming.
The horrendous things he went through at Beechwood, no child, we've all got children, and no child should have to endure any of this kind of behaviour. And it's just not acceptable, and that's why we're here today. So we are peaceful. Lloyd Majors gets a telephone call from us every time we're doing something. He knows we're peaceful. He's never been in trouble. We've had over 300 people. It was a last minute thing. We've got a tip-off. She's going to be coming. We just wanted to be
city events team.
Yeah,
I know it's fine, everything I do, but
just to see her really can't say I'm not happy with you.
Alison Saunders was going to be here today.
At least now, if he's got Alzheimer's, then he needs to be institutionalised in some way because he's still a dangerous child.
Everything we do is above the law.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You lot should be as equally pissed off as we are about this.
And it's just an injustice.
Should be there.
Saunders, but she's probably gone down straight to the court down in Nottingham. It's the first case of Operation Daybreak today, so she might have gone there now and been tipped off. But we've just come to make a statement that we're not accepting what's gone on with Jana, and we're not accepting.
Well, as long as it's peaceful, that's what we can do, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, we've done. I mean, in London, there was over 600 in London a month ago. It all went peaceful. There's no problem. And we get the odd troll come up, and the police are aware that we've got an infectious disease, so we've got a troll come over who's trying to stir a problem.
No, it's fine. We're just interested in what you're doing. That was all.
But these people,
It's cold today, isn't
a lot
it?
of them,
As a community support officer, how do you feel, right, that your force, right, has run a police operation for 5 years, and yet they've brought no one to trial?
I want my survivor.
Yeah, but it's not the police, is it?
No, it's these.
It's these people here.
It's the courts, isn't it?
No, it goes to the Crown Prosecution.
Yeah, no, but the amount of people, the amount of jobs that we get, and the police officers put all the files in and all the evidence, all the CCTV, and then when it actually goes to court, nothing happens, or it gets thrown out. Do you know what I mean? And all that hard work. So it's down to the court systems, isn't it? Really, I think.
We've got primary respect for the average bobby on the beat, right? But it's when it goes from the bobby on the beat to the small bob.
How long have you been here today then?
Since
About 8 o'clock.
About 8 o'clock.
You broke the law. The establishment closed anything they could take them.
She's got to get the message that society's had enough.
Oh, it's getting momentum all the time, isn't it? You look at the ground and it's got back.
So we're scooting. So if we're looking for her and we're just going to tell her that we're not happy. See you later.
See ya.
Do it inside. Come back inside me. Okay. Stand inside.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.